small. And once again, how many of you invested in Ethereum while it was still a small coin? We didn't, so we lost out. Now for one coin, it's $2,133. It's extremely expensive. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's over 50 million coins already out there, crypto coins. That is a lot. So for any coin to reach one of the top levels, they must do something good. Do you agree? And Bitcoin is number one, Ethereum is number two. And look at this, our XRP that we're going to talk to you tonight about is currently number three. We're not talking USDT and USDC because they are stable coins. So Ethereum is number three on the list. Out of 50 million coins, they must have done something right. But look at this. I'm going to give you a sneak peek before Zaf takes it away and tell you exactly why you are here. There's two reasons why I said, no, there's three reasons why I said I'm in. Number one, I trust Zaf. And I said, whatever Zaf is doing, I know he will not just jump into something without doing his homework. He knows way more than what I do. So if you have a leader on this call tonight and you still unsure, but they're already a leader, you can know for sure that they have done their homework, or they connected to Zaf, who has done the homework, or to Shane D, or to Mr. DMA. We have many leaders here that's really, really, really clued up. So I said yes because I trust Zaf. Then I said yes because the banks already started to invest in this coin. This coin was actually developed for the banking sector. Now, over 300 banks in the world already invested into Ripple. Now, why would a bank invest in a coin if there's something fishy? So that was my logic told me, is a bank won't invest 300 banks of the bigger banks in the world. They won't invest in a coin and look at it if there was something fishy. And then it already got to the exchange number 3 out of 50 million coins. It must be a good coin. And then the next very important part is the price. I missed Bitcoin. You probably missed Bitcoin. I missed Ethereum. You most probably missed Ethereum. But ladies and gentlemen, I said there is no chance that I'm going to miss XRP. Look at this. You can currently buy XRP for $1.36 versus 77,000 or 2,000, $1.36. And this is the time where the world is buzzing about a coin that I said, I'm not going to miss out again. And apart from the great reviews and predictions on XRP, we also have a wonderful program attached to this. Now, if you look at this graph below, it was a little bit higher just a couple of hours ago. So I want to go as far as to say, hey, this coin is on sale. Buy it now. We're not part of trading where you think, oh, now the coin made a dip and I lost out because I'm going to lose money. In this scenario, you're not going to lose a cent. So this is on sale, and Zaf is going to tell you why this is now the time to act on this sale, because you literally have a couple of weeks, and then this sale you will never see again in your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my reason why I invested. I came onto Zap Club. I already qualified as an Ambassador 10 in a merely 90-day period. It is amazing how great this community is standing together. But you must be here for a purpose. You must decide, what do I want to do with my life? Am I going to listen to the noise, or am I for once going to give myself a chance to be in a position to grow and to earn and to flourish and to secure my future? So I made that decision. Now it is up to you. But first, you need to hear it all. So I'm going to hand it over to our amazing, amazing South African leader, Zaf Khan, who we all love. We trust him. We follow him. He guides us. So when Zaf speaks, open your ears and listen, because this man has got a lot of knowledge in this field. So I want you to please, in the reactions, in the chat room, just welcome Zaf to the call. And my friend, I'm going to hand it over to you. Thank you so much for being such a great leader, for guiding us, and for always be willing to be there for us. Zaf is already a Ruby, a qualified Ruby, and very close, I believe, to becoming a Sapphire. And you will learn all about that now. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is huge. This is huge accomplishment. And yeah, we are super proud of you. Thank you, Zaf.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alza. Can we all give it up for Alza? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Welcome back to South Africa, Mr. Shane as well, and everyone on this call. Yes, it's been such an amazing journey. And, one thing I realized, when Alza mentioned that XRP is at a bargain sale, it literally is. I mean, how many of you all know of people that on Black Friday will still go to the store owners and try to bargain? Right? That doesn't happen here, So what you see is what you're gonna get, and the whole idea is to basically, accumulate what you can before the time happens when you can't. So my motto is always, you know what? If not this, then what? If not now, then when? Because often procrastination destroys a lot of dreams. A lot of people think, you know what, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. And my analogy is, if everyone tells you to go right, then go left. Simple as that. Because the chances are it's always the one that goes the other way is the one that overcomes all the odds. You all are here today because you have overcome the odds, right? I'm not going to go too much into biology lessons, but you know what I mean. So let me just get through the presentation and show you exactly what we are doing and how we're doing it and why you can be a part of it. Obviously, I cannot make the decision for you, but as Alza mentioned as well, with you earning part-time, something I like to say is the word learn, right? Learn also has the word earn. So this business, basically, you can earn while you learn. Does that make sense? Just type yes in the chat. So I'm going to start the presentation, and let me just share my screen. I'm going to put my camera off. Let me just share my screen, and also just give me a heads up once this loads. Give it a few seconds.
Almost there.
All right, you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Right, great. So again, welcome to everyone, and to those in New Zealand, 5 a.m. Sure you got your cup of coffee ready, and let's get the show on the road. So this is our ZAP club, right? ZAP stands for XRP AI bot, which you're going to learn a little bit about on this call. And this is where your XRP grows, right? Now, a lot of people keep the XRP in exchanges and in their wallets, and that is fine. But a lot of people tend to have the, HODL syndrome, which is hold on to dear life. So they have their XRP and it sits there, and every time it goes a little bit up, they look at the price, go a little bit down, they look at the price. Here at Zap Club, we don't do that. We earn every day. So we are happy when XRP is up, we're happy when XRP is down. Why? Because we earn it every day. Now, if you are earning in something every day, you would obviously not be sad at anything, right? Because your XRP is appreciating every single day. Whether it's by a couple of cents or a couple of XRPs, it's growing. And that is beautiful because that is growth. So the disclaimer is we offer no financial advice, remember? So always invest what you are always willing to lose. That's exactly what I tell everyone in anything you're doing, even in traditional business, right? There are no guarantees of success in everything. But we are going to show you a system that cannot fail, right? Does that make sense? So basically, by using the service, you accept full responsibility for everything that you do. And if you follow us close, you are going to win all day, every day. And the company is also not liable for third-party issues, which means when you are sending your funds out of this system, wherever you send it for, please double check as to where you're sending it. If it's right, it's always good to get advice from someone who has sent crypto before versus you just sending it blindly, because this is your hard-earned XRP, right? And we want to ensure that you receive it always. So this is Brad Garlinghouse. He's the CEO of Ripple, right? The company Ripple, and they work with the token XRP. Now, this was launched in June 2012. We're talking about XRP here, not ZAP Club. So this is used by banks, as Alza mentioned, which is very powerful because often in life, we have been a slave to the system. Now you get to use the system and make the system your slave. Does that make sense? So while all the big parties are doing the heavy lifting, you can do the earning of that, right? Because remember, as Alza mentioned, Bitcoin started it all. They started a movement that cannot be stopped, and everyone else is adopting. That's why we have over, what, 50 million plus, because everyone is trying something, and that is okay. We are trying something that actually works, right? And this was created, that's XRP, was created to replace the SWIFT banking system. So what's the SWIFT? Everyone that uses whether you use a Visa, MasterCard, or you use an American Express, they all got their own codes. It's a SWIFT code, and they use it for sending and receiving money across the world. And that's dominantly owned by banks. So the SWIFT is old, slow, expensive, and confusing. Now, if you want to send money abroad, there's limits to what you can do from your bank. That's why there's other places that you send money, whether it's MoneyGram, whether it's Western Union. Those require you to fill out lengthy forms and all that, and use a lot of identification and stuff. And that can take a while. If there's a bank holiday, good luck. You're still going to wait another 2 working days. And if it's a weekend, well, no one's going to receive that money anytime soon. But on the blockchain, money never stops. You know the famous thing they say, at Wall Street, money never sleeps. Yeah, well, here, money never stops, right? So it moves 24/7, 365, public holidays, Christmas, New Year's, whatever, it still moves. And it's new, it's fast, and it's virtually free. You can send money anywhere across the world in a split second, and it's transparent, right? It's transparent, which means you can see every single transaction on the blockchain, and nothing ever gets lost. Now, we often speak about the price of XRP, right? This is for those that are optimistic and love to dream. That's me included, because this is where XRP can actually go, right? And the choice is up to people. Do you want to go with it, or you want to watch it go? So if XRP capitalized just 25% of the SWIFT network, just 25, which is a small fraction of the global SWIFT network, that means one XRP, which Alza showed you, which is valued at about $1.40, will be worth at least $10,000 each, right? I know for some people, it might seem like a bold claim or might seem big, but this is not actually big, right? This is very good, because the reality is we've seen where Bitcoin went. And this may not go to where Bitcoin went, but right now you have an opportunity that nobody else has to capitalize when it's at its low, as it rises up. So whatever you get today, it has the potential of reaching that, right? And we always encourage and advise people to collect as much as we can. So in our team, we are basically the gold standard. We want to help people accumulate up to 100,000 XRP. That's the minimum for people that love to dream big and have that. Why we say 100,000? Because if XRP just goes to $10, not $10,000, if it just goes to $10, which is very likely this year, and you have 100,000 XRPs, whether you earned it or you have the finances to buy it, that's up to you. But if you earned it, basically at $10 a piece, 100,000 XRP will be worth $1 million. Now that is over 16.5 to 17 million rands, right? And I think the face value of 100,000 XRP today is about $66,000. So $66,000 to $1 million is a huge, huge jump still, right? But how do you earn it, right? So it's very simple in life to earn things, because when you earn it, it becomes a success story instead of you buying it, right? I mean, if you ask anyone out there who built a business instead of just buying a business, it has a lot of heart in it. You know the tough days you went through and whatever it is. And in that way, you have a story to tell. So how do you earn it here? Which is very simple. I'm going to show you right now. So welcome to the ZAP Club once again. And this is where your XRP grows. So this is Dr. Jack Van Muller. We often see him on either Friday and Sunday calls, which is our corporate calls as well. And he shows you how this bot works in real time. And it basically buys from multiple exchanges, right? There's Bitstamp, there's Binance, which is the biggest of them all. There's Coinbase, and there's Kraken, which is one of Europe's biggest. So it buys and sells from each one. For example, if you're traveling overseas and using fiat currency, you often buy in the country's currency or you buy in the neutral currency, which is the dollar, and you pay fees, middle fees and all that, right? So that's how certain currencies grow and also in some ways imprison other people because you're always paying exchange fees and you have no control over what happens in mid-air when the currency price changes and fluctuates, whatever it is. So that's how that works. This works in a much different way. So this is buying and selling your XRP without having you to lose anything. Because with the arbitrage that Dr. Jack Van Muller created, his previous background, he created drones, those things you fly around, he created those, and he's a big name in the tech industry as well. But he wanted to tap into the financial sector to help people earn money. And I think all of us on this call have been involved in something in the past that we thought, oh, it's good. And you know what? The next thing, it was something that's called a rug pull. So at Zap Club, we want to basically set the gold standard with helping people earn crypto in a safe environment. And that's exactly what we have here, right? So it buys low and it sells high. So you buy from one exchange and sell high, and the profits come into your dashboard or smart contract. It comes in a form of something called airdrops, which you can 100% withdraw. You have control over that. And it's rapid, automated, and you don't have to trade, as Alza said. You don't have to know nothing about trading. The arbitrage does everything for you, and you can earn. So it is a win-win model. Now, it's also up to 1% a day. Right? We say up to, so it's not 1% every day. Some days it's 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, which is still way more than what you would get from a regular your regular fintech companies, right? Your banks and stuff. It's still better than what you would get there in your rewards. So when it's up to 1%, I did experience the 1% as well when I started as well. So the markets do fluctuate. But the thing is, the arbitrage bot never loses. So if it doesn't pick out a win, it tries again and again and again. How many of you all in the chat have earned at least 1 XRP? If you earn more, that's great. If you earn at least 1 XRP through the airdrops, just type yes. Or if you're confident enough, just type how much you've earned through airdrops in your journey from since starting. Yeah, just put it in the chat so everyone can see as well. So you have a way on how to double your earnings for a limited 45 days. And that is called something of going Sonic. Now, Sonic is, well, if you share it with other people, that's okay. If you don't want to share with other people, that's still okay. You can still earn. You can be part of the Zap Club private sector where you tell no one what you're doing, and that's okay. But here, if you share it with someone, and that someone comes into business with an amount higher than what you came in with, you can go Sonic. So you can earn up to 2% now, not up to 1%, but up to 2% for 45 days, right? And that's no joke, because in that way, you'll get to see the power of going Sonic. And you know what? I think we all can testify. If something is working, why not share it with someone else, right? You go to a good restaurant, you go to watch a movie, you share it with people, right? You get a good haircut, whatever. If you go into the spa and you enjoy yourself, you share it with other people because you want them to have the same experience. So here as well, it's good to win alone, but it's better to win together. So we get here to the packages. Now, as you can see at the bottom, right? Basically, you can earn a maximum of up to 300% from airdrops from any one of these packages, whichever one you come in with, right? The minimum to come on board, right? Your minimum entry fee is 10 XRP, right? 10 XRP. Now in South African rands, that is about 350 rand with exchange fees and all of that, right? That's just to get your foot in. You cannot build your entire life on 10 XRP. But for those of you who want to invest, you can look at higher packages. If you want to build a team and you want to share it with other people, 10 is to get you started and you can build your team. Yes, you can make a lot of money by sharing, but if your idea is to come on here and buy at a good price and earn that maximum 300% without having to do anything, I would advise at least 100 XRP minimum, right? But for those of you who see the vision and know that 100 XRP is just 2,500 rands, how many of you can afford 2,500 rands one time? Which means you don't ever put nothing else in. Whatever you earn from rewards, you can always reinvest and you can get to the next level. If you can afford 2,500, you can type yes in the chat. That's in rands. And in dollars, it's about $137. If you can afford $137 US, type yes in the chat. Because the reality is, I've seen a lot of people put hundreds of thousands into projects that basically were fly-by-nights. And people are enticed of seeing, oh, you can earn 10% a day and 50% a week. Those are not realistic, people. I've seen some people say 200% a month. Not realistic. Those are red flags. Right here, we're giving you an option on how you can earn up to 1% a day, which is almost about 20% a month, right? So knowing what you know, 10 XRP is how you lock your spot. And then you choose to grow your business. So basically, 500 XRP should be your next goal. 10 is to lock your spot. Your first milestone, 100 XRP. And then you want to build to 500. I'm going to show you why 500 is such a powerful figure to get at. And then when you get to 500, you will know exactly what to do next. So 500 XRP, if you look at the 300% earning potential at the bottom, that means in around 60 weeks, that 500 will mature and you will earn up to 1,500 in total. Now, when you earn your first 500 back, you can do whatever you want with it, or as you're earning there, you can do whatever you want with it. You can withdraw it, spend it, or you can reinvest it. If you're looking at this as something you really want to grow because you missed out on previous coins like Ethereum and Bitcoin, then yes, you have a mindset where you're not going to milk your own system dry. You're going to reinvest and you're going to grow that. So with a 500, you can get 1,500 XRP, and that is huge. Which means the first 500, if you choose to take out, good for you. That's fine. The second 500, you can put back in. The third, you can put back in. And that's how you're going to grow to reaching these targets, where you don't have to invest nothing from your own pocket. You're using XRP to make more XRP. Does that make sense? So the reason why I say 500 is a good milestone, because if XRP is market cap, remember, we are predicting, and not just us, but many people out there that are in the industry of trading and also in the industry of XRP, they know the possibility of it getting to $10 is very, very likely. So your 500 XRP, by the way, this is not part of the presentation. This is something I added in to show you the possibilities. So how much could that be worth? Now, 500 face value at $1.43, 500 is equal to about $715, which is about 11,500, which not many people may just have lying around, but you can earn your way there, right? With what I told you. So if the market cap just increases by 10%, that means this right here will now be worth $12.95, not $1.43. And the total of 500 XRP will not be 715, will be 6,475 US, right? Now that in rands is almost close to 100,000 rands, of what once cost you about 11 and a half. So that almost 10x its value. So you see why this is a good milestone. And once you get to 500, you know now what to do next. This is a big business. Don't look at it as being small as a 10x RP business. If you have a lot of people that are interested, yes, you can build a solid team with just 10x RP and helping people do the same thing. That's fine. But like Alza said, the price is not on our side right now. We cannot control that because XRP has other plans of going big. And right now you can get on board. So if 10 is the only amount you get on board with right now and tomorrow the price goes up, you are lucky because that same 10 that's in the system, the XRP value is not going to be the same again. So today's Monday. I almost thought today was Tuesday. So basically tomorrow we will all restart our bots, right? So the bot trades on a 6-day cycle. So you can basically purchase a bot any day, right? But for those people that have existing bots, you activate on a Tuesday. If you don't activate on a Tuesday and you have an existing bot, you will then activate on the following Tuesday. Just bear in mind. And look, just set a reminder on your phone. On Tuesday, activate your bot. It just takes you less than 2 minutes to get in and do it and done, right? And it trades for you the next cycle. So it's very simple, and that's how you receive your airdrops. So this is a smart contract, by the way. So a smart contract basically is designed to do exactly what it does, right? So whatever our amazing uplines, Madam Julia and her mom, Angelica, DMA, Shane, myself, Elza, Yvette, Vikashni, Wes, all of us, whatever we did, you can do the same thing and you can earn the same thing. So there's no such thing as, you know what, you have to be learned in everything. No, just copy and paste. In school, they told you copying and pasting is wrong. It's only wrong if you get caught, right? But in the real life, it's not. Every one of us are on here because of copying and pasting. The baby learns to walk, not just by its own DNA, but by watching adults walk. And baby realizes, you know what? I'm not meant to crawl, I'm meant to walk. Same in life. Copying and pasting is it, right? Simple as that. And a smart contract is exactly that. Whatever it gave us, it'll give you the same thing if you apply the same concept. How many of you all can copy and paste? Just type yes if you can copy and paste, because that's what it is. And it only charges 10% withdrawal charges, which is nothing, because remember, you have an XRP creating machine, right? Simple as that. Now, for those that don't want to build, you just want to invest, and that is fine. You can always get back to who invited you to this call, or you can continue watching because maybe you might be inspired to just take a step further. But for those who like to build a business and share it with your loved ones, then this part is for you. Now, you can earn something called a direct bonus, which is up to 8%. 8% is your starting, right? Which means if you introduce someone into the business and they come on with about 100 XRPs, you can earn about 8. And that is good. What are you going to do with 8? Well, you can choose to grow it and reinvest it, and that's fine. But that's 8 XRPs you never had. And you got it through the smart contract. So 8% is really, really good. And this goes for every single person you directly sponsor using your personal link. Now, obviously, you cannot control what that person is going to do with their business, so the comp plan gets even bigger. Now, at level 2, you'll earn 2%. 2%, right? Now, at level 2, you may know those people because they came in through the person you referred, and that is fine. But from level 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 20, you can earn anywhere from 1% to 0.5%. And why is that so huge? Because this equates to a total of almost 500,000 people, right? Almost 500,000 people you can earn from. You see why basically the networking concept works so good, because you could have came in with just 10 XRP and you could have built a 10,000 XRP or 100,000 XRP business, and you just started with a big dream. So for those of y'all that cannot afford 100 or 500, right, 10 is good. You can build your business with us by just tuning into calls like these. We'll help you build your business and take it to a whole new level. Our company also rewards you. So as you grow in ranks, as you heard from Alza as well, she said she's an ambassador 10, which she achieved as well last week, which is amazing because here now you can earn more than you have, right? So what you do with more than you have, well, you can decide what you want to do with that, right? I'm in no position to tell anyone what to do with the XRPs, but if you're chasing a goal of having at least 5,000, 10,000, or 100,000 XRP, you know exactly what you do, right? More bots, more XRPs. Simple as that, right? So set a target as to where you want to be, right? So what's your ultimate goal? Just type it in the chat because everyone needs to know where the XRP goal is. Is it 5,000, 10,000, 100,000? Because how will you know you have arrived? That's so important. How will you know you have arrived? If you don't set a target, you're building a business all over the place. It's quite messy. If you set a target, you know where you're going, you know how to get there. Automatically, your mind goes into a search mode. And guess what? The mind always finds what it searches for. If you think poverty, you attract poverty. If you think wealth, you attract wealthy people. And guess what? Wealthy people they have money as well. And they can invest in what you have. But if you think with a minimum mindset, they will walk right past you. You will not see them coming and they'll be gone, right? So in order to attract what you want, you got to become that. And you got to become it in your mind first. So to become an ambassador, you need 1,000 XRP in volume. Now, remember I said 10 XRP is your start? That's great, right? If you're building at 100 XRP, you can get to ambassador very quick, right? 10 people at 100 XRP each, well, you can get there very quick to ambassador. You can literally do it in a day, 2 days, or maybe 3 days max if you build it that way. If you do it with 10 XRP, it'll take you a little bit longer, but you will still get there. You can decide what speed you want to go in this business, right? Now there you'll earn about 6%, and that's 60 XRPs in rewards from Zap Club, which is still fine, which is good. Because remember, you saw the potential of XRP reaching $10,000. So 60 XRP is potentially $60,000, right? Potentially. So in that way, it's almost $1 million. So don't take it lightly when you see it's $1.40 and treat it like a $1.40 business. This is an empire. It's yours. So when you get to Ambassador 2, that's 175 XRP. Now 175 XRP in South African rands is about 4,100, and that's some good money, right? That is some good money. And then you get to Ambassador 5, which now rewards you 5,000 in volume, you get paid 8%, and that 8% is basically 400 XRP. It's about 9,500 rands, right? You see life begins to change, right? And then when you get to the likes of, let's say you get to basically Ruby, or you get to Ambassador 10. Ambassador 10 gives you 900 XRPs max. You can earn about 900 XRPs on that, just 9%. And then you get to a rank called Ruby. right? Ruby is great because now you get a taste of what having at least 2000 XRP would look like. Now that's minimum, 2000 XRP, right? That's 10%, right? Of 2000 XRP, that's an average people of about 48,000 rands average. And if you continue building within the 90 days and you can keep going, that's fine. You can tap into close to 100,000 in earnings in rands, right? Almost 100,000 in earnings. And then you get to a rank that's called Sapphire, which equates to over 50,000 in team volume. Now that pays you up to 11% and basically a minimum of up to 5,500 XRPs. Now 5,500 at 11% is over 130,000 Rand minimum, right? Minimum. And then after that comes Diamond, 12% of 100,000 in volume. Yes, that volume looks huge. And guess what? By sharing it with people, that volume is not that big to achieve because when you're working as a team, basically you can get there a lot quicker by helping other people get to their desired targets. So it's always good to reach back. If you're building a team, reach back to people and ask them, where do you want to be on this list? It's very good and important for you to tell your team that because a lot of people do not know where they need to be. And a lot of people are ranked but they haven't achieved this yet because they haven't followed the criteria. So reach back to your people as well and let them know and also ask them, where do you want to be? And if they point, I want to be Ruby this year, or Sapphire or Diamond, great. Now you can give them the attention they need as to how much time you need to invest into helping them get there. Because we all have big dreams and goals and we all join projects, but if you don't do that, guess where your friends will be in the next 2 or 3 months? They'll be in a 6, 7, 8 project, just going aimlessly. You have something here where you can build a legacy, right? Like someone type legacy in the chat. You can build a legacy here, not just for you, but for the future generation that comes after you. Because that's why we're here, right? Not to make just our lives better, but to make the world a better place for the next generation, right? So 100,000 XRP at 12% is 12,000 XRPs. And that's about 280,000 rands. Now, when we looked at $10, right? $10 of XRP going to $10, that equates to about 120,000 US dollars. That's over $1 million rands. Done and dusted, right? Now, if XRP goes to $100 and you have diamond income, which is 12%, 12,000 XRPs, that is 1.2 million US. That is about 17 plus million rands. That's not a light bulb to anyone to get to at least 12,000 XRPs because I can tell you it will get there in the next 2 or 3 years to at least $100. And if it does, you don't want to be caught with just having 10 and say, no, I got 10 XRP. Yes, you'll be a little bit happy, but who'll be extra happy? The person who actually accumulates at least 12,000 XRPs. But that's why we say get to at least 100,000. So if it just goes to $10, yeah, you become a millionaire and you get a taste of what that is. And after that blue diamond comes blue diamond, which is not here. It's in the new slide. So the ranks just get bigger and bigger, right? But the point is you can earn this over and over and over again. How many of y'all would like to do the work once and get paid for the rest of your life? How's that? It's like you paying for gym membership fee once and then you're not going in, but you're getting all the muscles, right? Because you put in the work once. That's exactly what you have here, right? Empower your team, help your team, get them to where they want to be, and automatically you will get to where you want to be. So the event is coming up in Pattaya. That's just weeks away, and that's happening there. But also one of the highlights here is you are now earning your XRP, right? You earn your XRP, but how do you spend it? Most people will take it to their exchanges and stuff like that, and they'll sell it. And then you know what? There's a lot of challenges come along the way as well. But if you're looking for the smarter way to spend it with just a 2-step process, you're earning it here. You can now load it onto your XAB card, which will be available to everyone for the limited sale they had, and it's all sold out, but it will be back. So you'll see that in your dashboard or smart contract. You'll see it there as well. So the XAB card is partnered with MasterCard, and in that way, you earn your XRP, right, from here through your airdrops, and if you want to spend it, load it on your card and spend it, right? And the card works the same as the business, right? If you refer it, you can basically earn from it. But if you refer to people outside the community, they just need to basically buy a one-time 11 XRP or 10 XRP, right, package, and they can have access to buying the MasterCard. And every time they spend crypto, you earn crypto. So you got another stream of income happening here, right? You see the picture, right? So every time they spend, you earn. And guess what? You don't have to tell someone when to spend their crypto. They're going to spend it all day, every day, and they're going to use the card. So You have money happening for you, basically, whether you like it or not. And as Warren Buffett said, right, one of the greatest investors, he said, you know what, if you don't find a way to basically earn money while you sleep, then you will work until you die. So if not this, then what? If not now, then when? And our next major event happening in the year end is Sharm el Sheikh, and that's happening in Egypt, right? Egypt. So in that way, you can get to spend time with us there. How many of y'all are working towards coming to Egypt? Because I've got two handfuls of people that are coming with us to Egypt and to spend time on the yachts, but also travel Egypt and learn along the way, because their club will be launching a lot of new products there coming through the system. And here's the thing. You're making XRP, you're living a dream life, you're traveling the world. Who needs a holiday? Type yes if you need a holiday. I think we all need a holiday, right? 2 holidays a year, 6 months apart, we all need that. So in that way, Zap Club is not just a XRP creating platform, it's a lifestyle, right? You got everything coming. And as always, I will see you on the beaches of the world. And with that, I want to introduce you to another amazing person on this call. 1 second. Let me just stop the recording. Go. Right. So I want to basically introduce